Good morning, everyone. This is Membran again. And please like, share, and subscribe to my teaching channel. All right, today's presentation would be about tornadoes. Tornadoes. And later on, I will also be presenting hurricanes. All right, so first question, do tornadoes really twist? All right, book one. Do they really twist? Let's see. What is a tornado? A tornado is a severe windstorm. It is a twisting, spinning funnel reaching down from a huge dark cloud. The funnel looks like a huge elephant trunk swaying back and forth. It can be 10 feet or 3 meters to slightly over 1 mile or 1.6 kilometer wide. Some funnels do not extend to the earth. They don't extend to the earth, but others touch down and race across the land. Still others skip or leap from one point to another. They touch down, plow a path of destruction, and rise up into the air. That's how big a tornado is. If it touches down, then those houses, buildings, and every structure that it will plow through will be damaged. Some funnels do not extend to the ground, others touch down. This one is not touching down yet. Still others skip. So I believe there are some readings that I have come across that in a certain location or on a certain street or road, half of the road is damaged while the other half is just fine. All right. So what color are tornado funnels? Most are white or clear in color first because it's just made of wind, air. They may even seem to shimmer in the light when they touch the ground. However, the funnels turn black or dark gray as they sweep up tons of dirt, dust, and debris. So it changes color as it collects all those whatever remnants or building structures and houses, grasses and trees. It changes color. What happens before a tornado? So how do we know that a tornado is approaching? A severe thunderstorm strikes the area. Very few thunderstorms produce tornadoes though, but every tornado is formed by a parent thunderstorm. So a thunderstorm strikes first, okay? A tornado twists counterclockwise. So you just have to look at the clock. The clock moves to the right and around to the right. The tornado twists on the other side. It turns from the left and goes to the right, counterclockwise. All right? Do tornadoes really twist? Yes. At the center of the storm, tornado winds spin around at very high speeds. Some twist and twirl at more than 300 miles an hour. Wow, that is very strong. Tornado winds are the hardest blowing winds on earth. So imagine that, hardest blowing winds. Small tornadoes are also called twisters. That's how they acquire their name. They get their name because they twist. This is just a small twister, a small tornado. Do hailstones fall before a tornado? Yes, it's quite often. The strong thunderstorms that create tornadoes often produce hailstones as well. Sometimes I feel like it is humid. It's like the temperature around us is kind of different. when there is a thunderstorm. And if there is hail, things are like, it's cool. And then strong winds are just whipping you left and right. Actually, this picture here is from my backyard during the last hail. Hailstones form when winds carry raindrops up to where it is very cold. Then it produces those small pebble-like. The raindrops freeze and become bits of ice. The icy lumps start to fall, again, because of the air that has changed into, like, it is hot or warmer, and start to collide. So as it goes down, it collides, or it gathers drops of water in the clouds. The water freezes into the icy bits, making them grow larger. So the hailstones goes back and forth in the atmosphere. And that happens again and again until the icy lumps are big and heavy. Then they fall to the earth as hailstones. If your car is hit by a hailstone that is as big as a baseball, you're out of luck. But if they are just like marbles, they probably would create some dents on your car, but not that much. Some people are just donating their cars if they have if they were under a hailstone for a while because of the dents. It's like it is a car that is full of dents. So some of them donate their car for some IRS deductions, but others they just have it done by the insurance. My daughter had it last year, so it is damaging. Hailstones are damaging. I mean, how do tornadoes grow out of thunderstorms? No one is quite sure yet. Scientists have several theories about how tornadoes form and are working hard to understand them better. But some severe thunderstorms produce the powerful twisting winds of a tornado, but most thunderstorms do not. And scientists are trying to find out why. So there is no answer yet. If or how do tornadoes grow out of thunderstorms? It's just, but because of the strong winds, the twisting probably originates from it. Those are just theories as far as my reading is concerned. All right, do tornado winds always twist in the same direction? No. In the northern hemisphere, that's where America is, most tornadoes twist counterclockwise, as I have mentioned earlier. But in the southern hemisphere, most twist clockwise, like in Australia or in South America. The movement is clockwise, right to the left, while here in the northern hemisphere is left going right. How big are tornadoes? Not big at all. Tornadoes are usually less than 1 mile or 1.6 kilometer wide and travel long paths that are no more than 16 miles. Some are shorter though. Tornadoes may be small, but their power and violence can cause great devastation. You will not be under a tornado. Hide. That's why we have tornado drills at school, because we would like to let the children or the students be aware that if there is tornado, all they have to do is go in the basement, cover their heads, and wait until there is a warning that everything is clear. Now, how long do tornadoes last? Usually less than an hour, but oh my God, I have seen a lot of videos of tornadoes. Some tornadoes die out in just few minutes, yes. Groups of tornadoes sometimes form at about the same time, and these tornadoes strike one after another, creating stormy conditions for several hours. It's not like a pounding beats of a drummer. See? And if there are 6 of them in a row, can you imagine how long will you be? Oh my God, I don't know. Even if you are in the basement, you will still be stricken by this. It's really, really powerful. I have seen a lot I have even read a story for my students about it so that they will be aware how the devastation would cost them in their lives. So, oh my God, it's terrible. All right, in the United States, most move from the southwest to northeast, southwest, that is from California, Pacific Ocean. This is because tornado travel with their parent thunderstorms, which usually go in this direction. Weather experts map the movement of tornadoes by marking the tracks tornadoes leave when they touch the earth. So from the south to the northeast is in Massachusetts. So it will start from California, southwest, and then up to northeast, which is the end of the United States, in Massachusetts, Maine, somewhere like that, going to Canada, Ontario, Canada. How fast do they move? About 35 miles or 56 kilometers an hour. Oh, it's for an hour, I think for an hour, 60 miles for a car. The most dangerous ones reach speeds as high as 70 miles an hour. That's more than a raging car. The fastest moving tornado on record occurred on March 18, 1925, years ago. The storm passed through the middle of the United States at the speed of a freight train, up to 73 miles or 117 kilometers an hour. Oh my gosh, can you imagine what devastation that would be? Do tornadoes make noise? Of course, yes. The powerful spinning whirlwind often makes a shrill hissing or whistling noise that you can hear for miles around. Some say the sound is like the buzzing sound of a million of bees. When the tornado touches down and rips across the earth, the sound changes. Of course, it's different because it is already racking houses and buildings and structures. The hiss becomes a loud, deafening, so a roar. People compare it to the noise of 100 jumbo jets taking off at the same time. Others say it is more like the sound of a speeding train rumbling through a narrow tunnel. Either way, the noise of a tornado is not one that you would soon forget. Oh my God, thank God I did not grow up in a tornado-stricken area. Do tornadoes make houses explode? So this is only a mild tornado. No, in the past, scientists thought tornadoes created a vacuum that made houses explode. But now they know that's not true. Houses often just seem to have exploded because the strong winds blow the roofs and walls. That's why during tornadoes or extreme weather condition, you better just open your windows to let the hard wind blowing inside your house. It will not blow up anymore. I don't know. Those are only based on some of the readings too that I have done. How much damage do tornadoes cause? Oh my God. Plenty. The powerful twisting winds of a tornado can pick up objects as big as trains, carry them aloft, and then smash them down on the ground. Do you remember the tornado in The Wizard of Oz? The storm comes to Kansas, picks up Dorothy's house, carries it far away to the magical land of Oz. That was just a movie, but tornadoes have lifted whole houses off their foundations and moved them many feet or meters away. Yeah, there are some stories too that the tornado just lifted it and moved it to another, or maybe across the street and leave it there. Tornado damage stays within a narrow path, so narrow, only those that it passes through. A house on one side of the street may be smashed to bits, but on the other side of the street, it is did not even have one broken window. That's what I was trying to tell you. Only half of the street or half of the road maybe is damaged. Are tornadoes always violent Oh yeah, of course. But sometimes the tornado winds lift up objects and then set them down safely also. One tornado picked up a crate of eggs, a crate, that is a crate of eggs, carried it 500 yards or 457 meters, that's almost a mile, almost half a mile, and placed it on the ground without cracking a single shell. Oh, that's wonderful. Another tornado near Ancona, Italy in September of 1981 hoisted a carriage with a sleeping baby 50 feet or 15 meters into the air. Oh my God. It then set the carriage down nearly 330 feet away without even waking the child. Can you imagine that? Some of the wonderful and amazing stories about tornadoes. What happens when a tornado passes over water? That's what I see. But I think in the Philippines, it was kind of like a water spout. You get a water spout. Instead of pulling dirt and debris, the tornado pulls up water. Most water spouts last about a half hour. The funnel winds spin more slowly over water than over land. It is the wind is stronger on land than on the water. But you are unlucky too if you are traveling and a water spot just dip down on you. I have heard a lot of story from my father that, you know, there are some ships that have been wrecked on the sea because of a water spout. So we have to be careful also. When the tornadoes occur, all year long. But most tornadoes come between April and June because that is rainy season here in the North Hemisphere. Highest number is on May. The fewest occur during December and January. But tornadoes can form at any time of the day or night. Most develop late in the afternoon. That's when the moisture of the air changes, maybe from cool to being warm, because of course during the day it is cool, but during the night it will be warmer. The largest number touched down between 4 and 6 p.m. On the picture is an approaching tornado. What do you think is going to happen to those rows of apartments and those people who are outside? They probably did not even see the dark clouds. That's why you have to know when a tornado happens or occur. Where do most tornadoes strike? The midsection of the United States and Canada. But every state of the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii, has had at least one tornado. The record for most tornadoes in the United States was set in April of 1974. During one 24-hour period, just one day and one night, 24-hour period, 148 tornadoes slammed through the South and Midwest. So South Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota. A little bit of Minnesota is hit. A little bit of Iowa is also hit. Why? Because of the warm, moist air that pushes up. If there are, well, I think Oklahoma is really a tornado alley every time. All right, next. What is Tornado Alley? So I have a presentation here of Tornado Alley next to what I have last presented. A stretch of land in the middle of the United States. Tornado Alley includes Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Arkansas, Iowa, Alabama, Florida, and Mississippi. They are down south. Most of them are plains. Most tornadoes pass through this area than anywhere else in the world. Thunderstorms form in Tornado Alley with cold air flowing across the Rocky Mountains in Arkansas. That's in Arkansas. meets warm air flowing up from the Gulf of Mexico. So the warm air and the cold air mixes, and only a few of the thousands of thunderstorms that form there produce tornadoes though. Now, how many tornadoes occur each year in the United States? About 800 in 1 year, huh? Because of its size, Texas has more tornadoes than any other state and an average of 139 tornadoes a year. So central Oklahoma is struck by tornadoes more often than any place else in the world. Please remember, those are big, wide plains, Oklahoma. You have to have higher house insurances there. Every time you will be under a tornado. Can mountains stop a tornado? No. Every once in a while, tornadoes do occur in mountainous country. A good example is a tornado that passed near Jackson, Wyoming on July 21, 1987. The storm swept over mountains as high as 10,000 feet. Yep, because Wyoming is a mountainous area, without the winds losing their force. So it doesn't stop. It cannot stop it. Now, can tornadoes strike more than once in the same place? They sure can. 2 tornadoes hit the city of Austin, Texas within a half hour on May 4, 1922. So there are more tornadoes that are really strong during the early part of the 20th century. Oklahoma City has been struck 33 times in the last 90 years, making it the most tornado-battered city in the entire country. That's what I was saying earlier. Can you imagine those wide areas, plains? Anyway, what should you do outdoors in a tornado if this is not possible? Lie flat in the ditch or low part of the ground. Cover your head with your hands. Remember that flying debris from tornadoes causes deaths and injuries. Run to the nearest cellar, basement. If you're in an automobile, get out right away. Do not try to outrun a tornado. You better not. Take shelter in a house or other buildings because a tornado can even pick you up. I hope you are dropped by peacefully. No. Don't even try that. Now look at these kids. They are on a tornado drill. You have to have that in a safe place, maybe in the basement. Cover your head. Do not move and just listen to the rumbling. No talking, okay? What should you do indoors in a tornado? Move to an underground shelter, such as the basement. If no shelter is available, take cover in an inside closet, bathroom, or hallway on the lowest floor. You can also get under a mattress and cover your head with your hands. You protect your head because that is the commanding battalion center. And, you know, if something hits that hard, you might be out of luck. All right, what is a tornado watch? So sometimes you can see tornado watch ahead. Meteorologists broadcast the news over the radio and television. They tell listeners that a tornado may develop in the next few hours. If you have a weather radio, you will have, like I have a small weather radio here. A forecast from meteorologists that a tornado is possible in your area is broadcast, is given, or now I think you can have it on your cell phone. Meteorologists broadcast the news over the radio and television. They tell us that in the next few hours, a tornado might be coming. Those are tornado watch, meaning you just watch. But this time, it is a warning. This is an alert issued by the National Weather Service Office that a tornado has been sighted or picked up by a weather radar. A tornado warning lets you know a tornado's expected path and urges those at risk to seek shelter immediately. All tornadoes produce damage, but the most violent ones can cause automobiles to become airborne rip homes to shreds, and turn broken glasses and other debris into lethal missiles. The biggest tornado threat to human beings is from flying debris in the wind. Yep, that is a threat which you cannot control, because sometimes you are trying to not stay on the path, but wind direction is something that you have to consider also. Well, that's all about tornadoes. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.